126, and I want to show that to our viewers. It's a tight fight. Let's go at the margin calculator. At this moment, across the state of Bihar, there are 61 seats where the gap is less than 1,000. There, the RJD is winning on 29. RJD plus is winning on 29. 19 of those to the RJD, 7 to the Congress. The NDA is leading on 28. 17 of those leads to the BJP, 11 to the JDU. If I look at seats where the gap is less than 5,000, there are 179 such seats. So this election could get closer or the NDA could break away. Both those things could happen, especially on the seats where the gap is less than 1,000. Can I show you what's happening when we look at the tug of war? In the tug of war, you get to see where the BJP is taking on the RJD. It's winning 65% of the 39 seats for which we have leads for 60. They're winning 39. That's 65% strike rate. JDU versus RJD. The RJD strike rate is substantially better at 58%, winning 39 out of 67. BJP versus Congress. BJP hammering the Congress. 81% of the leads for the BJP, 19% for the Congress. JDU versus Congress. 59% of the leads for the JDU, 17%, 41% for the Congress. Congress is the Kamzor Kadi.
But
Make no mistake about that.
Even among seats, and I just spoke to someone from the RJD, it's interesting. In Purnia, for example, which is in Simanchal, out of the 7 seats there from the assembly segment seats, BJP, NDA leading in 5. You go to Kishanganj and 3 leads are with the AIMIM and only 2 are with the RJD. Then you go to Katihar.
I can show you
there in Katihar, you're having a tough fight where the AIMIM is damaging. So
I can show you.
Yeah. So
if you look at it, now, I just want to explain what we are showing. This is the assembly segments to Lok Sabha conversion. It's live, it's happening instantaneously. Rajdeep mentioned the seat of Purnia. So in the seat of Purnia,
4 plus 1,
4
LJP.
leads for the NDA, 1 lead for the RJD, which says that even in a seat like Purnia, which would typically be a seat where the RJD alliance does well, they're not doing well. Rajdeep, which is the other seat you're looking out for?
Just do Kishanganj and then Katihar. All in Simanchal, because it will show you what fragmentation is doing on the ground.
In Kishanganj, NDA leading on 2, RJD alliance on 0, others are leading on 4. So in a seat like Kishanganj, you've got the AIMIM winning on 3. This is one of the biggest stories emerging from this election, the damage wreaked by the AIMIM on the RJD's prospects in the crucial belt of
in this one area. So it's very, very limited. But if you look at Katihar, now look at I'm doing all these 3 because all of them have large Muslim populations.
So let's take Katihar. In Katihar
look
as well,
this.
4 leads for the NDA, 2 for the RJD alliance. This is a big fragmentation of the Muslim vote bank to the advantage of the NDA and to the disadvantage of the RJD plus.
Yeah, because in all these seats you will see the AIMIM picking up 5,000 plus votes.
So this whole theory of, this being the Rome of mandalized politics is coming split apart. The net beneficiary of any mandalization is not the family of Mr. Lalu Prasad Yadav. I think the ideology of Mandal and the understanding of Mandal and developmentalism are somewhere combining to give you this type of verdict, because the AIMIM, if you remember, was also talking about a lot of vikas or development amongst Muslims in the area, and Muslims are perhaps buying into what the IMIM has to offer to them. The second important point, the flood relief activities, which we do not tend to estimate as being very important, having been delivered by Nitish Kumar in this area, perhaps the anti-incumbency is not as sharp as we may have witnessed in the first phase.
No, but they're doing badly in some of the areas which were the worst flood affected. If you look at the early rounds, many of them went to polls in the Bhojpur belt which were underwater. So
Purnia's coastal flood.
So you've got, you see, that's why it's a very fragmented verdict that is changing district to district. If you are in Purnia, which was also under flood waters, you've got the NDA doing well, but they are benefiting from the fragmentation.
Can I show you something else?
OVC has put up candidates in this entire belt, but if you go to the Bhojpur belt, where the LJP is taking on the JDU, they are damaging the JDU there. So you've got a very fragmented verdict. My point is, there is no polarization taking place. That it's not as if every time you want to vote against Nitish, you go only to the RJD. You are looking at options.
That's exactly what I'm saying, that there's no MY or Rome factor that's working, no canonization as such.
There is a very significant data point that we can analyze live. which is the Chirag Paswan factor. On how many seats is the LJP's candidate impacting the fortune of the election? And is it helping the BJP? Is it hurting the BJP? How is it playing out? Let's show you live on the election intelligence dashboard the latest numbers for the Chirag card. Now, the data at this moment says that there are 54 seats where the presence of a candidate of the Lok Janshakti party is impacting the result of the election. On 32 of the seats, it's the RJD which is being impacted. On 22 of those seats, it's the NDA which is being impacted. With the, how we calculate impact is the gap between the lead and the runner-up being less than the votes aggregated by the LJP candidate. So it's not as if all the losses, Rahul Verma, are coming to the NDA. The Chirag card is cutting both ways.
Yes and no. See, I don't buy this kind of calculation. The reason being, what you are doing is subtracting the lead from winner to runner. You don't know where those RJD, LJP voters would have gone, to the winner or the runner-up.
That's the point it makes.
Yeah.
That's the point that's coming out. So if you think, no, I'll tell you why it makes a logical, rational point, that if you think the LJP is only pulling from the JDU and only damaging the JDU, that's not the case. The LJP card is cutting both ways. I think that's the point the data brings
That
up.
is how politics plays out.
Yes.
If a political party is contesting election, they are contesting it to win. They are not contesting to cut vote here and there. So they will cut RJD vote, NDA vote, Congress vote, AIM vote, whichever vote is possible.
No, but it brings me back to the point that let's assume, and I still believe that there is a strong element of anti-incumbency in this verdict.
Yeah.
But the anti-incumbency is fragmented. People are not convinced that one party, one Mahagathbandhan alone represents the anti-Nitish vote. I mean, my point is, if you look at the numbers, and I'm using 2019 here because that is more.
See, I think you may be over reading the anti-incumbency. See,
no, but there is some.
Rajdeep,
It's not enough.
even one day in office is going to generate anti-incumbency. There is a cost of ruling.
Yes.
But when a chief minister has been in power for 15 years, it's anti-incumbency plus a sort of a fatigue, plus a yearning for change. So all of this is there, but it is still not strong enough to hurt JDU. Forget other things.
That's why I gave the example of 2005 February. If you remember, Lalu also had been in power for 15 years at the time. But the mandate was not of a kind which could ensure a complete victory for Nitish and the BJP at the time. You had President's rule declared, and another election took place 7 months from now. I am seeing some similarities here, where again there is a mood for change, but clearly the opposition, as represent the premier opposition, may not be, and this is based on the numbers as of now, may not be of sufficient credibility.
How do you read this as a mood for change when the main opposition is trailing and the incumbent is leading?
Because the mood for change is not of a level to ensure people. The point I made in our Lallan Top interviews, people would say, "यार नीतीश जी ने ये नहीं किया, ये नहीं किया, अच्छा किसको वोट दोगे? Tejasvi ko decide nahi kiya." So there was no great pull factor that the opposition could have. So it's anti-incumbency, but no, you need also some enthusiasm of voters to vote for you. That isn't there in this election.
So there is a supply side constraint in terms of the person who is going to pull it out of the demand side. Tejasvi is definitely not that credible leader in whom both anti-incumbency and the power of mandalization can be reposed.
We don't know, that could change in the next couple of hours with numbers.
Yeah, exactly.
But my only thing is, let's compare to Jharkhand, where clearly Hemant Soren, at least where the JMM was strong, was able to take away, became the sort of pivotal figure for the anti-Raghubar Das BJP vote. So, I am not seeing that as of now in these numbers.
Hemant took away the tribal votes. Let's agree to that.
Yes.
And let's agree to the fact
MY
that
vote gaya hai.
Yeah, MY vote Tejasvi नहीं उतना ला पाया है. Bhojpur belt में भी this prop up is also
लाया है, लेकिन not enough. You can't win an election in Bihar only with MY. And I think that RJD has realized that.
There is a caveat to that.
The biggest divergence between the exit polls that you had presented and the results is the enormous Muslim consolidation you had anticipated. You anticipated 85% Muslims are going to flock the
that's why others.
That is why everything went haywire.
Rajat, at the moment in our exit poll, correct me if I'm wrong, Rahul, our others were around 10%. That's what we had given. At the moment, they're at 18%. I maintain that is the X factor at the moment. If the others start shrinking, and let me be clear, sometimes they do start shrinking as time goes on. This will then become closer. That's the only thing
But the NDA is at 124, just 2 more than the majority mark.
About half an hour ago, it was 132 playing 100.
Sir, ये शाम का IPL match miss कराएंगे.
No, I'm saying that.
I've just heard from the election commissioner. Around 4.10 crore votes were cast, 92 lakh votes have been counted. Earlier there used to be 25 to 26 rounds of counting. This time there will be 35 rounds of counting. There will be 35 rounds of counting. The election commissioner is officially telling us the counting will continue till late evening. So you can decide, Rahul Srivastava, what's more important, the IPL of the political league or the Premier League?
See, I think political league will bring me bread and butter for the next 5 years. IPL will be gone right after today, but will come next year. So I would rather stay glued to the political league.
Rajdeep had grand plans of watching the IPL in the evening. I think you'll be here
because my heart is with the Delhi Capitals. My head is saying Mumbai Indians. So I'm looking forward to the IPL, but this is turning out, this is going to destroy my evening plans. Because you've got to say, and again, let's look at these others. They could be crucial. 1 is LJP, 3 is AIMIM, 2 is BSP. And a BSP and AIMIM are in an alliance. So you've got, 5 votes going to the GSDL. Kushwaha, so the leader of the alliance, has not opened his account. Rest are 4. And trust me, the others are going to become, not so much in the seats they get, but in vote percentage. Their vote percentage is going to decide this election. If the others go down, Rahul, below 15%, I say it's game on. If the others remain at 18%, it's clear NDA.
And Rajdeep, it's very interesting that if BSP and AIMM hold on to their numbers, this could be a template for UP as well. Asaduddin Owaisi has for a long time been trying to woo Mayawati and get into an alliance. If that happens, then it's also bad news for SP and all the others.
I don't know whether Dr. Sandeep Shastri is still with us.
Mrityunjay Tiwari of the RJD is with us.
Okay, and we'll also go to Dr. Shastri. He's been waiting since 7 a.m. He says, because I'm not in the studio, I'm not being heard. Dr. Shastri, the point we are making that 18% others at the moment, will they make the decisive difference? Is that where perhaps the pollster's nightmare, estimating the others' vote?
Rajdeep, this 18% is critical. This 18% is largely the anti-NDA vote. And this anti-NDA vote, having got split between the Mahagathbandhan and all these other parties, I think has worked to the advantage of the NDA parties, because the presence of this 18% vote is what has affected very clearly the Mahagathbandhan and reduced the share of vote which otherwise would have gone to the Mahagathbandhan, especially in the third round of voting, where possibly the Muslim vote has got split between the Mahagathbandhan and the third force parties.
Mrityunjay Tiwari of the RJD is with us.